All right, let me start this vlog by saying thank you to each and every one of you who watched my previous video, who commented on it, who shared it, who reached out on social media. If you didn't see it, the main purpose of it was to let everybody know that I wanted to do more vlogging in 2021. I have relaunched my No Limits podcast. I want to create more content around that. Effectively, I want to be more out there. I want to create more audio and more visual content, and I created a video asking you guys what you thought would be interesting to see, hear. So I asked, and you got back to me, and one of the areas that kept coming up time and time again, which I didn't think would be interesting, but you guys obviously do, is prosthetics. How are they built? How do they work? How many do you have? What kinds do you have? Are there different legs, different arms for different things? There's a million different answers to that, so I thought vlogging some of that process would help to answer some of those questions. Now, it just so happens that right now I'm in Gordano's services outside the Starbucks drive-through. I've just driven from Plymouth. I'm about to go to the Bristol Centre for Enablement because I am having a new socket fitted. Now, if you don't know what a socket is, it's this piece. It is the carbon fibre upper part of a prosthetic where the residual limb is housed. Excuse me a sec. And it's basically where all the control and the function and all that lot comes from to be able to drive the lower part of the prosthetic. Now, if you get this bit right, life can be good. If you get it wrong, it can be miserable. And this is how I'll try best to explain it. Imagine you've got a size 8 foot, right? This is what a bad prosthetic socket feels like. And you jam your size 8 foot into a size 6 wooden clog, and you walk around all day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year like that. That's gonna hurt. It's gonna give you blisters. It's probably gonna break the arch of your foot. It's not a very pleasant experience, okay? That's what it feels like if you have a bad fitting socket. Now, conversely, if you get a good fitting socket, a well-fitting socket, it's like having a size 8 foot and a size 8 Nike Air Max trainer. I don't know if they're still cool, but when I was a kid, they were the thing. It's like wearing clouds on your feet, right? And that's what having a well-fitting prosthetic socket feels like. Now, I'm very fortunate in that that's how mine feel. I work with some of the best teams in the world, but from time to time they need replacing. Right now my right socket needs replacing. It's feeling a little bit uncomfortable, and as well as comfort and function, for me, and I think a lot of amputees, there's an aesthetic side to it. Now, I can't really show you this right now because I'm sat down in the car and I'm on my own. I'll try and take a photograph of it later. But where I'm stood up, my body shape comes down like this. You know, it should taper down to where my feet are. My right socket at the moment pokes out, protrudes quite far, which means that my trousers don't fit, shorts don't fit very well. It really, you know, what's the word? It puts a real focus on hip movement when you're walking, which, you know, I don't particularly like. I like to be nice, tidy, neat, streamlined, you know, and walking well. So I've come up today to get what's called a check socket made or fitted. I've had it made. I was cast for it a while ago. You can check some of my previous videos out to talk you through the casting process. But this morning, all I'm really doing is going in there, trying on this check socket, which is a clear version of what I just showed you, and then we look at it. You know, I put weight through it. I see if it fits, if it's nice and snug and comfortable. Because it's see-through, we can see where there are little areas that need tightening up or maybe loosening off, and then from there it develops into a full final version carbon fiber socket. Now, I don't know if I'm even going to be able to film in the limb center. I'm going to ask them. If not, I'll respect what they say and I won't do that. But for interest, rather than just looking at my big fat head talking to you all the time, I'm going to try and get in there and introduce you to the lady I'll be working with and show you a little bit of that process. So we'll see.
Because that's the aim of the game, trying to get this bulk down.
Yeah.
And hopefully...
Kind of, yeah, you can kind of see it already.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
That's it. As I predicted, very quick, in and out. I didn't capture much footage in there. You know, like it just said in that last text slice, it's really difficult with one hand to try and film stuff, to interact with people. You know, to be a human being when you've got a camera and you're filming things and you're trying to have a meaningful, engaging conversation with a prosthetist or any other human being. I struggle with it. I could almost do with a replica version of me with a camera to film the whole thing, but you know, I don't know, that wasn't that insightful, but it was very quick and easy. You can see the difference between a finished socket and a check socket. The first version was pretty much bang on. We just heated it up a little bit, up around the outer thigh, just molded it in slightly so that when my shorts and trousers are on, they fall nicely rather than protruding outwards. So next step is the final socket. So they'll now take that mold, replicate it in a carbon fiber socket, put a nice soft inner in there, come back up, do a last bit of tinkering, maybe make one or two final adjustments. You're quite restricted in that kind of phase to what you can and can't do, and then after that it's the delivery phase. It sucks right now, the gap between appointments. I got another 4 weeks to wait now to the next one, but that's because of COVID. That's because of the way the world is right now. It's normally a lot quicker, but there you have it. One of the aspects of my life is having this done, you know, getting new sockets made. There's a whole other world that exists with tweaking my alignment and my programming and running blades, stubbies. You can see my stubby video. I'll leave the link for that at the end of this. It's just a little insight into my world. I'll continue to do these if I think that you think they're going to be worth watching. But anyway, let me know if they were. As the young kids say, comment below. Let me know anything else that you think might be interesting to see. I might dust off my running blades now the sun's coming out and get a bit of fizzing around the block, start running again. But you tell me. This will be guided by you guys. You let me know what you find interesting, what you'd like to know. I can weave it into a blog. I can weave it into a podcast. I can do whatever it is. I just want to provide content that is useful, meaningful, and valuable to you. Guys, thanks as always for all of your support. I'll see you on the next one.